article on Jim Stone a couple of days ago, just suggesting that the Clinton Global Initiative was shutting down, and he showed the proof of this here. And after that, I think I read this story on Zero Hedge, but I didn't put anything to it at this stage. And then I was looking at Jason Ipfor's video he put out today about a webbot hit and this on this Clinton Global Initiative. And I have this webbot and a report, and he actually is suggesting that it mentions the Clinton Global Initiative here in relation to political fracturing, and you can pause this and read it for yourself, but he's talking about both parties here having a power shift, and given that Trump's about to come in, this makes a bit of sense. Whether this falls into the way people think or not, I'm not too sure. But anyway, I pulled back up this article on Zero Hedge and was having a look at this, and you know, just taking general interest until I got down to the bottom here, and I see Australia has cut. Now I remember reading this some time ago, back in November, actually, just after Hillary lost. Australia had cut its donations basically completely. So, and that got me thinking in relation to coming back to the Webbot report, and the very first thing that it says here under Australia Pop, the data sets have the Australian housing market showing its age and sad condition over the first few weeks of the new year, as several impacts are forecast to be felt from monetary mistakes, political turmoil related to construction, and international censor criticism also related to corruption and political bribery. Now, yeah, I know it's you've got to squeeze this stuff in to make it look like it all fits, and I understand that, but there seems to be, when I did a little bit more research, there seems to be something more to this. Here's an article that appeared in November the 28th, which is probably the article I read, that said Australia is ceasing its donations to the Clinton Foundation. But in this, it's actually quite revealing. Again, please just pause this and read it. But what it actually says here, and I've got to try to find this, is that Australia is the biggest donator to the fund. Here you go. The Australian reported in February that Australia was the single biggest foreign government source of funds for the Clinton Foundation, and goes on to actually say Julia Gillard was then appointed chairman of the Global Partnership for Education, which is part of that fund. Interesting. But nevertheless, this suggests to me that there's quite a close tie here, and as soon as Hillary lost, Australia was pretty quick to pull out, as have other nations as well. And I just thought that this may be leading us back to something that may be a political turmoil, monetary mistake. Maybe there's going to be something that pops up, that's because we are in the first few weeks of the new year and we aren't seeing anything major happening yet. I also come down to here where he says the Australian real estate crisis is showing us moving into political instability as the corruption scandals escalate and the dirty details come out involving banks. Now, I don't know, but this could have something to do with it. Aside from the real estate markets, the Australian Pops are describing a Herculean, they use this word, effort to repair the broken system of real estate financing. And just in case you missed it, I'm sure most of you did not, but National Australia Bank and the ANZ Bank lift their fixed interest rates, and I like the way this fellow puts it. Hear that little cracking sound as Sydney auction listings plummet and Fitch downgrades their outlooks for Aussie banks. And there's some more interesting news to start 2017 spectacular Specfesta bonanza, and that is banks putting up their interest rates. So, is this something to do with what we forecast in the Webbot report? Well, quite possibly, I have to say. Anyway, I'll leave that up to you. Cheers. Hey guys, look, I first saw this article on Jim Stone a couple of days ago, just suggesting that the Clinton Global Initiative was shutting down, and he showed the proof of this here. And after that, I think I read this story on Zero Hedge, but I didn't put anything to it at this stage. And then I was looking at Jason Ipfor's video he put out today about a webbot hit and this on this Clinton Global Initiative. And I have this webbot and a report, and he actually is